After sinking many hours into Mario Kart World, it is safe to say this is my favorite Mario Kart entry since Double Dash. Knockout Tour is exhilarating, the new mechanics are tight, and driving around the open world feels like stepping into a childhood dream. But let's not pretend it's a perfect experience. Nintendo seems to have botched part of the rollout. But despite these bumps in the road, I'm still loving my time with this game. Free roam has let me slow down, soak in the scenery, and enjoy the ambiance. But the more I explore, the more I think, and the more an eerie feeling sets in. Why are all the Toads, Koopas, Shy Guys such perfect drivers? How do Mario, Peach, and the other members of the Mario crew afford sprawling properties that double as racetracks? And what about the Bob-ombs driving around? The Hammer Bros and Fire Bros that are hurling items, and cars driving erratically lobbing items? Are they part of the racing chaos, or regular people fighting back against their oppressive racing oligarchs? We're just scratching the surface. The first thing that struck me was how meticulous the commuter class are in this game. Liberal usage of blinkers when changing lanes or turning, strict adherence to speed limits, safe following distances, and no road rage, honking, or accidents while in heavy traffic. Truly a peak commuting experience. It makes me tear up to dream of a world like this. Contrasting this to my daily experience where the drivers are a mess. Yes, I know everyone says that, but after driving across America and parts of Canada, the speeding, the swerving, and the belief that blinkers are an optional accessory, I believe it is more prevalent here. BMW drivers are the embodiment of the "don't let them know your next move" meme. Now, while I have seen the commuters really let loose and kick it off-road, they're doing so in a safe and contained environment, compared to the big boys in their big cars who treat the highway like it belongs to them, barreling down the highway going 100 miles an hour, weaving through traffic like it's Mount Wario. These are known as the Mario Kart racers, the racing class, the true rulers of the road. I believe the commuters, whether consciously or not, have adopted predictable driving patterns because they know, sometime, somewhere, the racers are going to come charging through, treating the road like a game, which the ruler of the land encourages it to be, and they just have to pray that they won't be collateral damage. And they have to do this all with a happy face. Look at their vehicles, they all appear to be from the same few base model of vehicles. This is likely to keep their repair costs down in the inevitable instance they get sideswiped by an errant Mario brother while going about their day. The insurance premiums in the Mario Kart world must be astronomical, if it's even offered at all. And the cops? They do nothing. You would think their numerous drones in the sky and ground vehicle presence would deter the racers, but I believe the opposite is happening. If they see a racer tearing through traffic, hitting commuters or pedestrians, they let it happen with a smile on their face. They are not law enforcement, they are glorified insurance assessors for the racing class. The police in Mario Kart World exist solely to enforce a strict, predictable driving regiment so the racers can have their thrills at the expense of the regular citizens. The world is designed from the ground up for the racers, and the commuters are just living in it, filling their stadiums, cheering them on, subjugated by the very icons who they're forced to adore. With diplomatic immunity from traffic laws, sprawling property portfolios, and their monetary gains from their monopolistic companies, the racing class has the tools to dominate any population. The commuters just keep driving, hoping to not get caught in the green shell crossfire. As discussed, the racer class enjoys extraordinary privileges. They own the real estate, control the businesses, and dictate the cultural norms of Mario Kart World. And while they have designated tracks like Mario Circuit, not to be confused with Mario Bros Circuit, Wario Stadium, and Peach Stadium, as well as countless others, they still feel the need to impede on the commuters by using the highways as well, and retrofitting everyday locations to fuel their amusement. Take Peach Beach. It used to be a scenic resort. Now racers thrash the beach, racing over it at high speeds, and then dive into the water, polluting it while harming the natural ecosystem. And what about Moo Moo Meadows? The poor cow's tranquil pasture destroyed. Turned into a muddy mess, endangering the very cows they need to keep themselves fed at Yoshi's. Shy Guy Bazaar, a bustling market where Shy Guys are just trying to live their lives, buy their groceries, and go home in peace. Turned into a demolition derby whenever the racers please. Finally, they desecrate sacred ruins like the Great Question Block ruins, turning a treasured piece of history into a mockery, racing through the sacred caverns and tunnels. Not only this, they have strewn about P-switches and scenic views in busy locations. When these P-switches are pressed, new toys and games appear for the racers, absolutely causing havoc to anyone who may be around. There is no location too high or low. They will place them anywhere to get their kicks. And what could be used for this land? Just take a look around. Where is the housing? The parks are full of wandering vagrants. Nope, sorry, not that one. These. They are commuters who cannot afford a vehicle with no affordable housing to call home. The racers truly have no shame. This is a perverse incentive structure built from the ground up at the foot of the crown. Peach herself is complicit, owning and operating venues for profit and allowing this to take place. But it's not just her. Many racers own and operate their own various properties, or at least have financial ties to them. Mario has 2 race circuits. Peach owns a stadium and a beach, while Wario operates a stadium and a galleon. Do you even realize how expensive waterfront property is? How can they afford it? Of course, they get some of their funds through ticket sales to the different racing events, but worse, they get it by price gouging the commuters on their automotive products. The Mario Kart World economy runs on cars, and if you want to exist here, you need one. While it may appear that some regular folk own and operate their companies, that could easily just be a branding exercise to appear that you can make it. And they pick a few different NPCs to be parts of races, not out of fairness, but to maintain the appearance of a fair and equal system. Would a Conctor really control a company, or is this just a Bowser-owned entity with a Conctor for the branding? The racing class has far too much power. They own the land, the corporations, the opinions of the people, and the police. They can truly do whatever they want without issue. Luckily, it appears that some form of resistance is brewing, and they are beginning to show their outrage. Still, how can the commuters rise up when the good, the noble, and even the villain are part of the racing elite? It takes a groundswell effort of those who have had enough. Most of the population is content, comfortable in their routines, blind to the erosion of their freedoms. Many even encourage what the racers are doing. So what if they're desecrating ancient ruins and wildlife habitats? I get to watch great content and eat yummy food from Yoshi's. Why do I care if the racers are taking away my freedoms? Driving is a privilege, not a right. If I don't want them on the road with me, I don't even have to drive. Toads go on with their lives as racers thunder by their houses at night. Shy Guys dodge carts in the bazaar while trying to get their groceries, and the cows graze on what little pasture remains, trotting along until it is burger time. For some, enough is enough. Fire and Hammer Bros have begun retaliating, hurling items at passing racers. Crafty toads rig vending machines to their trunk, dropping mushrooms to lure in racers, only to swap them to bob-ombs at the last second. Large trucks towing heavy-duty bullet bill launchers patrol the highways trying to tag passing racers, reminding them that the road is not theirs alone. Spikes stand in the back of cars whipping their iron balls at unsuspecting racers trying to catch them off guard. These are not random acts of chaos. This is the beginning of the resistance. Soon, every commuter will have to face a choice. Stay suppressed by the crown and the racer class, or rise up and fight alongside the resistance. The world belongs to the people, not the privileged few who race and take it for granted.